Welcome back, everyone. So this is session 1 of season 3. So this is a new season, and by a new season, of course, we should install a new theme for our VS Code here. But the first thing that I want to do is to actually create a new folder on my desktop, and I'm going to call it CV, because the project of this season is we want to build a personal CV, a website for your personal CVs, things like that. And I create this folder. It's an empty folder, and I can open this folder with VS Code. And sorry, I clicked on the wrong option. So here it is open with VS Code, and you can open this folder with VS Code with many different ways, and this is the way that I'm comfortable. This is the way I open my projects with VS Code, and this is it. And inside this VS Code, we are going to have an index.html actually, and this is our index.html. But let's change the theme, and inside our settings here, and we can search for a theme actually. And as you can see now, the color theme is on Atom 1 Light, and we can go ahead and search for different themes, but let's switch from one light to one dark. See, from one light to one dark. This is now time for dark. So those who like dark theme, so welcome back to you guys, because now we are switching back to a dark theme, and this is actually our dark theme. And HTML5, so we can start from scratch. So still we haven't talked about these meta tags, so still I clean them. And the difference of this project with the two projects that we had in season 1 and season 2 is that this project is going to be responsive, and it's very important because so far we've had two projects and none of them were responsive. And by responsive, I mean a website that is being displayed well in laptop, in tablet, in mobile devices, in big laptops, big screens. So a responsive design is called when we are building our website and make it. We build our website in a way that is being displayed properly in any device with any width. For example, in season 1, we wanted you to understand the basic concepts of HTML and CSS, and the project that we chose was that login page, and we designed a login page, and it was a good project. It was a great project, but it wasn't responsive. The second one, I wanted you to understand the forms, and it wasn't responsive again, but this one is responsive. So for now, we've had two seasons till now. If anyone asks you that, do you know about HTML CSS? You say, yes, I know about HTML CSS. I have read the basic stuff and the fundamental concepts. I know about them. And if someone asks you, can you design a form for me? You say, of course, I can design a form, because in season 2 we covered everything about forms. So you can build any form that you like. And but if someone asks you, can you build a whole website? For now, you say, I'm working on it, because the responsive design is remaining, some advanced CSS concepts remaining. And in this season, we are going to become a good developer by the end of this season and this course. And so let's start working on that CV that we have. And this CV that we have is this index.html. We open it with our browser, and we have opened this folder with VS Code, and everything is good to go. So in season 1, we used a Figma for our project, because that's what happens in a real world, in a real company, and it's actually best practice. But in season 2, I wanted you to experience a circumstances that you do not have a UI UX designer working with you, because honestly, you don't always work with a UI UX designer. Sometimes you as a developer, you alone work on projects, and I wanted you to see what we usually do in those circumstances. We try to use snippets from different websites, like that UI verse that I introduced you to, and we can use that animated background. So that's the good thing about that. We can use snippets and written codes and things like that when we are not working with a UI UX designer. And in this season, we can still use a Figma if you want to, but I want to go to theme forest. And inside this theme forest is a website full of different websites and things like that, and templates. Actually, I was looking for the word template, full of different templates, WordPress templates, HTML templates, and you can go inside HTML, and you can go inside popular items. In this season, we are going to create a CV template, okay? And if it has a category here inside creative categories, or inside, let's search theme forest CV templates, okay? And we are going to design one of these here. So we can go here, let's see CV templates on search CV. So this is one thing that we can use. So I'm going to pick one of these things and start to design them without looking at the codes, because any developer in the world has its own handwriting, kind of, we can say. For example, if someone designs, you can this exact page that we are looking at from Theme Forest. If I want to design this page, I may write it in my way. If another programmer writes this, he writes this in his own way. So we have kind of different handwritings in codes, because any person writes his code differently. And in this season, let's first pick a template, and we are going to design that exact template as an educational purpose. So here, let's open some of them and see which one do we like, and we start to design them without looking at the codes. We just think that this is a Figma, something like that. So it has a preview. Let's click on the live preview for these two. So this is a website that sells templates, HTML templates, and there are some other websites that they have free templates as well. It has a dark version and a light version. Let's go on the dark version, because this season is about dark. And so first of all, it had a loading, and this is it, the skills. So this would the portfolio, some pictures, some images. When hovers, he sees something in that. I think this can be a good example for a CV. We can use this one for a CV. And let's see the other example here, and see even some more examples. And let's open this one. And actually, is there a sort by bestseller, best rated? Let's go inside best rated. Let's see which one is the best rated. So this one is best rated, it seems. So let's open some of them. Oh, live preview. So this one again, live preview, Let's click live preview on all of them. So we clicked on live preview on this one. So this is one of them. This one is being crashed. Let's close that. I don't know why, but it's getting crashed. So this is another one. This one has some different ways. For example, let's go on this solid color. This is another one. This is too much. I don't like this. This is another one. So in this, let's go on the default one. This is another one. Let's go on the view demo. So I'm just trying to find a good project for this season. So this one looks great. I think this one is from an educational point of view. I don't care if it's beautiful or not, but if I compare this one, okay, this one here with this one here, I think this one has more educational purposes, because see this we can use display flex here for this one, and this one looks actually much better. And you can see you can use that isotope plugin for this thing here. You can see, yeah, and here pricing tables, some client overview, and this is it. And we might not go and exactly 100% match this, but we can take an idea here. For example, we may not use this exact image at the background of this, but we get this same style. I think this one is a great example for us, and this is a CV website, and it's saying, hey, and the about section, skills section, experience section, you can click on these things, and we forget about this setting here. We are not going to cover this setting part here. So I think this one is a great example. So let's close this, because I like this one more than the other ones. So close this one, close this one, close this one. Yeah, this is not beautiful. Yeah, and this one, so there are two. So between these two, I am going to choose one of them. This one is great too, but this one has more educational purposes. So this is it. Let's close them all. So this is our project, and this is what we are going to design in this season. So we picked our thing, and we are going to use the dark theme for this as well. And so this is it. This is the project that we are going to start building. So I chose mine. So I hit Control D on this in order to bookmark this, and I can click on other bookmarks and done. And now inside my other bookmarks, I have this one, so we can have this and start designing that. And as you can see, when the page is being loaded, it has a loading at the first, and then loading finishes, and then content will be loaded. And that's exactly what we must do. And a download CV link here. So this is it. This is great. This is a great example, and this is what we are going to design in this season. And so let's start by the first things that we do in a project. So always when we start a new project, the first thing that we do, we first create a new folder, call it CSS, another folder and call it JS, because we probably needs to, what happened? Sorry, this is CSS. Let's delete it. I don't know what did I do. I was just doing something. I don't know. Delete this one. Yes. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, another folder, call it JS, and this would be all JS files inside that. And another folder, we need to have another folder and call it IMG, or for our images. Okay, we put our images inside that folder. And inside the CSS, so first of all, we create a styles.css, styles.css, and inside this JS, we create a new file and we call it scripts.js. Right now, I attach this CSS file, but I do not attach that JS file. I will attach that JS file later, but let's set the href. It's inside CSS folder, and inside CSS folder, there's a style.css that you can go ahead and attach that. And for the title of this, I call it my personal CV. Okay, and this is our body here, and this is the first setup of the project, and this is it. So there is a color palette is being used in this website. So, and again, we are not forced to use the exact color palette here, but we can start with that. Do you remember we installed an extension for our browser, and that was ColorZilla, and I can click on ColorZilla and click here to get the dark background color that is being used in this website. So, and I can go inside my CSS files, and inside the root section we can create our variables, and I call it our dark. Okay, this is our dark color, and this is it. This is our dark color. I defined my dark color, and there are some other colors being used, but I can go ahead and use this exact color palette if I want to, but if you don't want, you can change the color palette. And this would be our primary color. Okay, this is our primary color, which is a green color, and we have some other colors are being used. So I'm going to in this session I'm going to do the initial setups of this, and I call it black. This is our black color, maybe, but let's what is the difference? How much this is this one darker or the other one is darker? God knows. Okay, anyway, so come here, click on this one. So here it is, and I call it our gray. It's our gray. I wanted to use dark gray, but since everything is dark in this theme, so let's go ahead with that. So this is our gray. It seems I copied the wrong color. It was true. So I call it dark gray because it is actually dark gray. So okay, this is it. This is our black color. This is our primary color, and this is an image. We can forget about that one, and I don't see any other color being used in this project other than that, the green one. And so this is it. This is the colors. So we have the colors. We have a dark color, and there are two colors being used here. Because now that I look at it, I didn't have to use them inside my variable section here. But anyway, let's continue with that. So these are my root section, and also we are going to use a font for this project here. And let's see what the font is being used here. So I can go here in H2 section, inside computed section. I can see the font family for this is Roboto. So the Roboto is being used here. So let's go inside Google Fonts, Roboto, and this is actually what we are going to use for our project. So Roboto, Google Fonts. So let's import this font in our project as well. We can use that with link. We can use that with import. So I'm going to go with import, and you can see it still gives me the Poppins again as the example here. I don't know why, but maybe I need to add this to my thing, maybe. But anyway, I can paste that and replace this Poppins with this Roboto here exactly. So, and the font weights, it's importing the font weight 400, 600, and 700. For now, we just add the 400, 700, 600, and 800. But if you wanted to change them or customize them, we will go and change them later on. And these are the fonts, but we don't need that style tags here. So, and this is our font. So in this session, we didn't do anything. We just first changed the theme of our icon. We chose what project to use and what we are going to design in this season, and more importantly, this is going to be responsive. If this is not responsive, we are going to make that responsive ourselves. So here, if I click on this, you can see that we can see the website, for example, in iPhone 12 Pro. This is how the website looks in iPhone 12 Pro. It has a hamburger menu. You can see it's a hamburger menu, and inside, for example, you can see how does it look in an iPad mini. This is how it looks in that. So the website is actually responsive, and we need to make that responsive as well. So this is it. That's enough for this session. In this session, we just wanted to have the basic setup of the project. So this is it. Hope to see you in the next one.